Hello everyone, Zyram and today I'm going to show you a new optional win. So without further ado, let's begin after we talk to the characters here. I'm told this will be quite a show, by none other than the Red Rapscallion himself. I'll be able to see fine. You may think shades will help for my sight, but little known secret. My eyes are a little more than they appear. Ow, fuck! I shouldn't have done that. God, that damn artificial light screwed me up. So yeah, I was trying to be cool there, but my eyes aren't really special at all, just albino. And as a bonus, photosensitive as heck. That bit probably would have gone better if I just peered out over them or something. Crap, and it was the perfect moment to do a tuny hand gesture. What a wasted opportunity. As you can plainly see, Rolly is in the kitchen, cooking stuff. This is a bad omen for absolutely everyone involved, so I'm staying completely uninvolved and telling on him if he fucks things up. And going by the hot mess my bro and dad ended up making, who actually have a sense of kitchen etiquette, well at least Sven does, and don't try to destroy stuff for the sake of fun destruction, yeah. You are right, as am I, to be very, very fucking afraid. Pep is being overly ostentatious on the whole not touching Rolly's food front. He's actually an incredible cook. One of the first things he did when we started hanging out was made me and Pep grilled fish. It was succulent, juicy, flavorful and crisp. It gave me an appreciation for meat. At the time, I was strictly a vegetarian. Where Rolly often slips up is in his understanding of the tools at his disposal. I forbid him from using my kitchen for this very reason. I've no doubt you had a bit of a glance at the very least while you were there. Suffice to say, cold fusion power is a little more complex than your standard fare. I also like lots of settings, so mine has loads of dials, more than most kitchens will see in a lifetime. And despite it all, this setup is on a whole new level of complexity. Everything's written in Bajalan as well, which is what is responsible for the last undue mess that we had to be cleaned up. Given that Sped and his older son can cook quite competently most of the time, it was harrowing how badly they fucked up a simple dish like French toast in such an otherworldly way. That look of horror you just let me witness? That's the adequate reaction. Now you can see where Pepper's getting his skepticism from. To make an overlong passage short, Rolly's an excellent chef in a kitchen he can understand. This kitchen is not, however, remotely easy to understand or even approach. Even I would not be game to try and cook here, and I know a bit of Bajalan due to my continued study of the primordial origins of fourth-dimensional influence. The Bajalans were instrumental in the development of such theories, and were not the creators, but the most experienced manipulators of the fourth wall to date. Sorry, it appears I'm rambling again about matters too scientific or existentially meta for my audience. That's not to say you are dumb. Believe me, there's a threshold. I've just gone too far down the rabbit hole, and now there's no going back. I see myself as stupid for letting my research take me so far into no man's land. There is no one who really shares the same fascination on this subject that I do. And I honestly think that's for the best. You'd be doing yourself no favors getting in this deep. Like I said, there's a threshold where becoming smart means becoming numb to reality. All of it seems so meaningless and unreal suddenly. People die around me and I can't even find it in me to care. I'll try to act sympathetic so as to not end up alone again, but that's more for me than them. Knowing how much awaits on the other side and that life is so fleeting, so often tragic and horrid, it makes it hard to care. It's come to a point where I think good for them when I hear loved ones have died. I've been talking too long.
Hello, ladies. I'm about to make some Epicurean epicness. Canto sample.
Don't share your fucking diabetes-inducing, decency-deficit appetizers with people who deserve it the least. Keep it for Zali or something. Given what I've seen, it might, honest to God, be one of the only ways to actually kill her.
Oh, it's okay, Pepe. I'll make you some too.
I already died once today, Rolly. Twice is too many. Rolly's in the kitchen. Oops. Rolly in the kitchen is a dangerous but enlightening process. Dare you bask in his evergreen glow. You decide to bask.
Alrighty then, time to make some pigs in blankets. Oh, awesome. I've never actually seen anyone mess this dish up. You may yet succeed, monobrow.
Jamie Oliver would like to have a word with you.
Jamie Oliver can't cook to save his life. If he did make a single dish that wasn't smothered in olive oil, and in fact didn't make anyone even remotely cultured cringe aggressively, then I'll eat whatever this butterbrain cooks us, yours and mine.
I won't press you on that bad. You're the Jamie Oliver expert, not me.
I'm only an expert by virtue of it being shoved in my face at my school. My lucky junior high really did live up to its namesake. The parts with it weren't authoritarian beyond all get out anyway. It was Jamie Oliver or pissing off the wrong person. At least I could just enjoy what a shit cook he was and the sheer beauty of incompetence itself.
Oh yeah, they had that channel because the headmistress was a huge fan of his for some fucked up reason.
Never thought it'd make for such a great running gag. Hell, I don't think there's been a single game in which I haven't had a good bit, which essentially boils down to me pissing on Jamie Oliver's slop.
Seeing him cook any Thai dish was like watching Coach get smothered in oil and set alight. He even managed to crucify the dishes so simple little young me could make them.
You didn't strike me as the kind of kid who would have cooked much. Just when you think you know someone.
Oh, it seems I've confused you. No, you're right, I wasn't much for cooking. The me I refer to is the name of one of my cousins, spelled N-H-I. My bad, I should have realized that would be confusing.
Oh, cool. Man, you should introduce us to your family, since you can now that we know death ain't really the end.
I would have already, but the thing is, I haven't found any of them. Not my brother or my cousins, not even my grandparents who initially received the original Crimson Demon gift from Kyora, one of the four Celestials of Xenania.
That isn't common. I can't see any reason why they'd be avoiding you either.
Precisely why I fear the worst has happened. I even asked Galdath and Serdath, even Bubbles, about my bro. He's never come up on the entries for any of the afterlives. I'm mortified. I don't know what my family could have done to earn the eye of anyone with the power to erase. As far as we can tell, Supreme Command weren't even around at the time. Were all of the ones blessed done so by the Xenonian Celestials? No, only mine and Nola's, although Nola hasn't had much better luck. I hate to bring this to your attention, but it could have been Zai. From what she said when we were watching, she appears to have been a long-time enemy of Xenonia. It stands to reason that those blessed by the Celestials of Xenonia would probably be among her targets. Any that Zali could reach would likely be in a bad place. It's a miracle you and Nola haven't been tracked down already as well. If neither of you have been able to find your parents or relatives, then I'd say it's apparent there's been an intentional waylaying of those who share in the Celestials' might. I never even considered that, but damn it, you're probably right. I'm not sure how many of my family were under the Crimson Demon category, but my bro and I definitely were, and our parents definitely had them too. I know for a fact our grandparents, Paulino and Janley, were. Hell, the only reason I know their names is thanks to Tiramisu dropping all that big, hot, shocking mess on us back in the day. Can we go back to shitting on Jamie Oliver instead of talking about this? I'll reflect on it later, but I came here because some go-to leprechaun said it'd be entertaining. Of course, sorry to bring your mood down with that. I really should keep my interjections to myself more often. Don't get me wrong, Tristy, I'm glad you brought that up, as I'd never have considered it. But yeah, pigs in blankets, right?
More butter, Pepe? Sure, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna eat it. What's happening? Cue magnificent fuck up in 3, 2... Well, that was fucking uneventful. Where's the fire and the other bullshit? Now we have this hot dog all buttered up, and the conclusion to this copious catalogue of kitchen confuckery is completely conked by cocksure anticlimactic... Yeah, basically we had a cool moment where Butter somehow farted, and then Rolly got one hit KO. Show's over, I guess. My eyes. I got butter in my eyes! It burns, Pepe! It stings like some radishes my mum fed me. Knowing your parents, it was more likely to be chili peppers. It hurts, Pepe! It's eating my skin! Wait a second. Rolly, you complete spoon! This isn't butter, it's mustard! And it expired 14 years ago! Get it off! Get it off! Oh god! Am I gonna die again already because this kitchen fucking sucks?
Forget about our dead asses. Protect the Angels of Hope. I don't think they're allowed to die. You're just lucky I'm here.
Phew. Gotta say, I owe you one, Asperia. Ah, my eyes feel okay again.
I'm not going to be polite and mince words like Sacre Blue did, as evidently that taught none of you anything. I'll make this very clear, listen well, as I'm not going to repeat myself. Touch the appliances in this kitchen ever again, and there will be consequences terrible beyond the wildest nightmares. Do I make myself fucking clear, you stupid mouth-breathing inbred dumb fucks? Not only have you almost killed the Angels of Hope, whose livelihood this whole plan is benched on, but you've also discomforted all of the passengers with the smoke from this unholy cocktail you've allowed to be. Sacre Blue was about to come and resolve things her way, but this is you we're talking about, Pep. I'll be curt with you because it's the only time you'll ever listen. You're dead now, so any bets I made about killing you are off. Your family means nothing to me, so if you bring discomfort like this to our passengers again, I'll make you remember why you used to fear me.
Whoa, holy shit, okay.
The Green One will listen to both of you. The fact neither of you told him to refrain makes it obvious who is really at fault. I've had it up to here with these accidents. I've been holding my tongue on it, but this is the last fucking straw. We've had so many close calls in the starship and beyond thanks to you, Pep. If you can't sit still and behave, then I'll paralyze you until we're done. Crikey, it feels a bit unfair to solely blame Pep for all of it. Oh, don't worry, Miss Hoity-Toity, I was just getting to that. You're usually well behaved and just sit back, so I'm more willing to let you slide. I also know how fucking stubborn Pep is when he gets a retarded and destructive idea in his head. He's caused his friends and foes all a good share of accidents, most of which could have been completely avoided. But I cannot ignore the fact you've been openly endorsing this behavior. It's probably why he acts up so much and has nearly gotten several people hurt and killed, including himself. You keep that in mind next time he invites you to watch someone recklessly mismanage starship equipment. Noted. Honestly though, it isn't like I give a remote shit about passenger comfort. Most of them dislike me, and the ones that don't, my blood maidens and Priori notwithstanding, don't know me very well. It's that these girls ended up in danger because of this incident that concerns me. If they die, they will lose access to their anyway, who are the only ones truly capable of fighting the twins. Sacre Blue does not need any more headaches than she has already. My warning stands, and you should know me well enough to know when I make a promise, I deliver. Holy hell! That felt good. After finally seeing you this way, I can understand why Pep feared you way back when. Pep didn't fear me because of what I said, he feared me because of what I did. For pretty bloody obvious reasons, I won't be sharing the tales of how I made your best friend's life as close to a genuine living hell as I could, either. Truth is, I feared you from since I got on board. I just masked that by trying to befriend people so they become less scary. But yours might be too dark a path for me to walk. To give you some credit, that's more than most people are willing to try. You don't need to defend me, though. I think you've learned as much by now. There's a lot of bad blood Folly has with me, and I don't blame her for a bit of it. I would have been more surprised if the trauma she went through, thanks to me, didn't cause PTSD or some other severe anxiety disorder. Are you really ashamed of that, or proud? Would you like a lie, or the truth? The truth. I'm proud of every single awful thing I've done, mirroring my father aside. Otherwise, morality is beneath me. Watching victims break down, seeing brave souls get angry and try to fight back only to predictably fail and become even more distraught. Watching the final light die out in people's once hopeful eyes. I could never tire of it, which is precisely why you should try not to befriend demons. We aren't good people. Do you see now why it's silly to cast me in the light of a saint? I'm flawed, disgusting, and selfish like most of you. I'm only under the guise of giving a shit now so that the cosmos will endure, and even then, it is only so I can go about doing more dreadful things with my like-minded companions to the mortals who've never understood how especially helpless they have always been. You don't sound that different from Zali. The only real difference is the twins don't see me as the threat they do see in her, which suits me just fine. I don't know Zali well enough to be remotely ashamed of that insult. Was that what that was meant to be? No, it's just struck me as similar. If I met a friend, you'd know it. Your blunt honesty is most refreshing. Pep hasn't actually talked about you much at all. He probably would rather avoid dredging up what I can only assume are painful memories. I assure you that's really for the best. Pep did see a side of me none of you have, but it came after a lot of torment, bloodshed, and bodies. I wouldn't recommend seeking it. My guys will be the closest glimpse you'll get.
Youch! I thought it would taste better. This was a bad idea.
Yet you're still eating it. As is common with you, I'm not sure whether to be impressed or disgusted. Though at this point, I'm just busy having my very epicenter shaken by what Asperia relayed to me. She truly is only doing this for the sake of our eternity. We're just tools to her. I always knew she was a bad cookie, but now hearing all that, I can see why Sfolly and others have had such an issue with her. She's a monster. A cunning, determined, and ruthless one. When I heard it from a third party, there was a lot I was skeptical of. It seemed too outlandish to be the real deal. How pretentious and pathetic of me to doubt the claims of her veracity just because I wanted to believe such wicked people didn't exist. What I will say is that I do find Asperia's assurance in her path inspiring. She knows what she is and takes a great joy in it. I wish I could say the same. The most alive I have felt has been in defying ye, but must solace for me come solely with such a dangerous hobby. Sorry, I'm rambling again, huh? Just musing to myself, ignoring me is probably best.
Well, that was fun. But yeah, I think we just keep clear of the kitchen for basically ever. I've never seen Asperia that pissed off, and she's like one of the last beings in the universe you want to piss off. I know what death is like now, but I don't doubt for a second Asperia could make me oddly weep like she did in the past. I'll never be as strong as she is, and honestly, I'm okay with that.
Kitchen 2, Passenger 0. We truly have stumbled upon the final boss of superfluously overcomplicated kitchens. Makes mine look like a mid-boss at best.
Am I hearing right? Are you most thoroughly detained?
The late scolding aside, absolutely. Are you telling me you are not? It's stuff like this that reminds me the universe hasn't gone numb to my senses, least of all in regards to humor.
Sensory solace you seek from shenanigans so senseless, so should you not sully your senses with this dish most unpretentious, that our fat friend has cooked you in a fashion most unconscientious.
It's been a while since you've graced us with one of your legendary ballads of rhyme and rhetoric. Now, I suppose this is a most deserving occasion. But no, I'm not sampling that hog shit. No matter how much I might surely send my sensory palate pirouetting off its mortal coil again.
If I maintained a yearbook, that'd be a front pager for sure. Smells like a back pager. Oh, you're one to fucking talk! But yes, Tracy, I did in fact find entertainment in this ham-fisted exchange between Oven and Idiot to a degree most would consider gratuitously sufficient. Yes.
Ham-fisted is a good word in this context.
Never thought I'd see the day someone managed to fuck up a dish as straightforward as pigs in blankets. But I guess there really is a first time for everything.
That was truly something. I suppose scolding brought back some, memories, though. And that's it.